Arzoo, The Girl with a Desire by Tabassum. Chapter 1. Hope in the Midst of Curfew. It was Kulzum's ninth month of pregnancy. She heard people rushing in the streets outside and felt extremely dizzy. She called out for Ajaz several times but got no answer. Feeling weak and disoriented, she decided to go downstairs. As she took the first step, her sari got caught and she lost her balance. She tumbled down the stairs, hitting each step on the way. The loud noise made Ejaz's mother, Alia, come running. She was shocked to see Kulzum lying unconscious at the bottom of the stairs. Alia tried to wake Kulzum by sprinkling water on her face, but nothing worked. Panic filled her heart. She was terrified for both Kulzum and the baby. Alia hurried to Ejaz's room. He was busy with an urgent online meeting about the fighting going on in Kashmir. She quickly told him what had happened and led him to Kulzum. As soon as Ejaz saw Kulzum lying there, he drooped to his knees beside her. Kulzum, wake up. You can't leave me like this, he shouted, his voice breaking. Ejaz's mother was shivering. Is there no way to get Kulzum to the hospital? She's already in so much pain, she cried. All the roads are blocked, Ammi, Ejaz replied, his face pale with fear. This was their first child, and they had dreamed for so long of this moment. Now, everything hung by a thread. Kulzum slowly regained her consciousness. Ejaz, I can't lose our baby. Kulzum's voice cracked, her hands trembling as she clutched Ejaz's arm. Tears welled in her eyes, shimmering like fragile glass. Please, you have to do something. Save our little one, our future. Kulzum, there's a curfew all over J&K because of the shooting, Ejaz said, his voice shaking. But don't worry. Just hold on for a little longer. I promise. I'll find a way to get us out. I'll ask my officers if we can get to the hospital. We won't stop trying. I promise. Ejaz was a police officer, always serious and focused on his duty. Get the vehicle as soon as possible. We can't waste another second, he said firmly to one of his officers over the phone. Kulzum had to fight through the pain for another 30 minutes until the vehicle finally arrived. She was barely holding on, her eyes closing every few seconds. Ejaz didn't wait a moment longer. He gently lifted her into his arms and placed her in the vehicle. The roads were almost all blocked, making the journey even harder. It took another 30 minutes to reach the hospital, each minute feeling like an eternity. The entire way, Ejaz's mother sat beside Kulzum, rubbing her hands and whispering words of comfort, trying to keep her awake and alert. Ejaz rushed into the hospital, carrying Kulzum in his arms. Doctor, he shouted, his voice full of urgency. A team of doctors ran to them with a stretcher and quickly took Kulzum into the emergency ward. The air was tense, and everything seemed to stop. After nearly an hour of waiting, Ejaz couldn't stay outside any longer. He pushed open the door to the ward and saw Kulzum looking at him, her eyes filled with tears. He turned towards the cradle beside her bed, and his heart sank. The cradle was empty. For a moment, he felt his worst fear come true. All the dreams he and Kulzum had for their baby seemed to fall apart right in front of his eyes. He felt like he was about to break down completely. Just then, he heard footsteps behind him. The doctor walked in, holding a tiny bundle in his arms. Congratulations, Mr. Ejaz, he said with a warm smile. You have a daughter. She is a real fighter. She faced every challenge and made it into this world. Ejaz's mother's eyes filled with tears of pure joy, and for Ejaz, his happiness knew no limits. Everything he had feared was washed away by this beautiful miracle. Happiness feels different when something finally happens that you had lost all hope for. Ejaz smiled and said, Thank you, doctor. When can I take them home? The doctor replied, Ejaz, you know how it is outside. It's safer if the mother and child stay here tonight under observation. Ejaz nodded in agreement. The doctor gently handed the baby to him, and Ejaz held her carefully in his arms. Kulzum was smiling, her eyes filled with relief and love. Looking at the tiny face of his newborn daughter, Ejaz whispered with wonder,
You and your mother are both fighters, my little princess. He gently kissed his baby's tiny feet, feeling like the happiest man in the world at that very moment. His heart was overflowing with love and pride. Alia, standing nearby, couldn't hold back her tears. With a warm smile and watery eyes, she gave Ijaz a soft tap on the shoulder. She's beautiful, Alia said, her voice full of emotion. She was so happy to welcome her granddaughter into the family. As she looked at the baby's peaceful face, Alia knew this little girl would bring endless joy and laughter into their lives. She thought of how quickly time would pass and how many sweet memories they would soon create together. For that moment, the room felt warm and full of love, and everyone knew that this tiny new life had made their family stronger than ever.